If you are watching this and you are over 50, 60 or beyond, and you feel like your body is slowly drifting away from the version of yourself you remember, please stay with me for the next few minutes. Because what you are about to hear may change how you understand aging forever. So many older adults quietly assume that stiffness, fatigue, slow healing, brain fog, poor sleep, fragile skin, muscle loss, or constant inflammation are simply the price of getting older. That decline is inevitable, that the body is wearing out piece by piece, and there is nothing meaningful that can be done about it. But here is the truth, and it matters deeply. Much of what we call aging is not the body failing. It is the body no longer receiving the biological signals it once depended on. And those signals are called peptides. Before we go any further, let me ask you something gently and honestly. If there were a way to help your body communicate better with itself again, to heal more efficiently, move more freely, think more clearly, and recover with less effort, wouldn't you want to at least understand how that works? If that question resonates, take a moment now to subscribe to this channel and share this video with someone you love. Not because this is about miracles or hype, but because knowledge gives power back, especially later in life when people are too often told to just accept it. Peptides are not supplements. They are not hormones. They are not drugs in the traditional sense. Peptides are short chains of amino acids, the same building blocks that make up proteins, but much smaller and far more precise in their actions. You can think of peptides as biological messengers. They don't force the body to do something unnatural. Instead, they remind the body how to do what it already knows how to do. In youth, your body produces thousands of peptides naturally. These peptides regulate immune repair, inflammation control, tissue regeneration, metabolism, sleep rhythms, brain signaling, and cellular cleanup. They are involved in almost every process that keeps you resilient and adaptable. But as we age, peptide production declines. Not suddenly, not dramatically, quietly, gradually. And when those signals fade, systems begin to fall out of sync. Muscles stop responding as well to exercise. Skin loses its ability to rebuild collagen efficiently. The immune system becomes either sluggish or overreactive. The brain becomes more sensitive to stress. Healing slows. Recovery takes longer. Fatigue becomes persistent instead of temporary. This is not because the body is old. It is because the communication network is weakening. One of the most studied peptides in aging science is BPC 157. Originally isolated from gastric juice, BPC 157 has been shown in animal and early human research to accelerate healing in tendons, ligaments, muscles, nerves, and even the gut lining. What makes BPC 157 remarkable is not just that it promotes repair, but how it does so. It stimulates angiogenesis, the formation of new blood vessels, improving oxygen and nutrient delivery to damaged tissue. It modulates nitric oxide pathways, helping balance blood flow and inflammation. It also appears to protect cells from oxidative stress, one of the core drivers of aging-related degeneration. For seniors dealing with chronic joint pain, slow injury recovery, or gut issues that never fully resolve, this mechanism matters. Because the goal is not to suppress symptoms, it is to restore function. Another peptide with profound relevance for older adults is thymosin alpha-1. This peptide plays a key role in immune system regulation, not stimulation, regulation. As we age, the immune system often becomes dysregulated. Some people experience frequent infections. Others develop chronic inflammation or autoimmune-like symptoms. Thymosin alpha-1 helps retrain immune cells, improving their ability to distinguish between real threats and harmless signals. Clinical research has shown thymosin alpha-1 to enhance T-cell function, support immune balance, and improve immune response in older populations. This is why it has been studied in contexts ranging from viral infections to cancer support to immune aging. For seniors, immune balance is not about boosting immunity. It is about restoring intelligence to the immune response. Then there are peptides like CJC-10295 and ipamorelin, which influence growth hormone signaling. Growth hormone is often misunderstood, especially because of its association with bodybuilding. But in aging biology, growth hormone is not about muscle size. It is about tissue maintenance. Growth hormone supports muscle preservation, bone density, skin thickness, metabolic efficiency, and sleep architecture. As growth hormone declines with age, many seniors notice sarcopenia, increased fat mass, thinner skin, and poorer sleep quality. CJC-10295 stimulates the body's own release of growth hormone by mimicking growth hormone-releasing hormone. Ipamorelin stimulates growth hormone release through a different pathway, without significantly raising cortisol or prolactin. Together, they help restore a more youthful growth hormone rhythm. Not spikes, but gentle, physiological signaling. This matters because the body responds best to signals that match its natural patterns. Another peptide gaining attention in cognitive aging is dihexa. Dihexa is derived from angiotensin IV and has shown remarkable effects in preclinical research related to synaptogenesis, the formation of new connections between brain cells. As we age, cognitive decline is not just about neuron loss. It is about loss of connectivity. Dihexa appears to promote synaptic repair and plasticity, potentially supporting memory, learning, and mental clarity. While human research is still emerging, the mechanism aligns with what we know about brain aging. Brains decline when they stop adapting. Peptides also play a role in mitochondrial health, the energy factories of your cells. Aging is, in many ways, mitochondrial decline. When mitochondria produce energy inefficiently, fatigue becomes chronic, muscles weaken, and organs struggle to maintain function. Certain peptides indirectly support mitochondrial biogenesis and efficiency by reducing inflammatory signaling and oxidative stress. This creates an environment where cells can produce energy more effectively. This is why many older adults who explore peptide therapy report not just symptom relief, but a generalized sense of vitality returning, better stamina, clearer thinking, deeper sleep. It is important to say this clearly and responsibly. Peptides are not a fountain of youth. They do not make you immortal. They do not override biology. What they do is support biology. They work best when paired with adequate protein intake, gentle movement, proper sleep, and stress regulation. They are not replacements for healthy living. They are amplifiers of it. And this is where the senior population has an advantage. Younger people often want speed. Older adults value function, longevity, quality of life, independence. Peptides align far more naturally with that goal. From a scientific perspective, peptide research is expanding rapidly because peptides are highly specific and generally well tolerated. Unlike many pharmaceuticals, peptides tend to act on existing pathways rather than bluntly blocking them. That said, peptides should always be approached with medical supervision, proper sourcing, and respect for dosage and individual health conditions. Education matters, and that is why this channel exists. If you are someone who wants to understand aging rather than fear it, who wants science explained clearly without hype, this space is for you. Throughout this video, you may have recognized pieces of yourself: the slower recovery, the stiffness that lingers, the fatigue that doesn't resolve with rest, the sense that your body is not broken but out of rhythm. That intuition is correct. Aging is not a cliff. It is a communication problem. And peptides are one of the languages the body understands best. If this perspective helped you feel hopeful instead of overwhelmed, please like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who deserves to know that decline is not the whole story. In future videos, we'll go deeper into specific peptides, real-world protocols, safety considerations, and how seniors can make informed decisions without pressure or fear. Because growing older should not mean shrinking your life. It should mean learning how to support the body that carried you this far, with intelligence, respect, and care. And if no one has told you this lately, your body is still listening. It just needs the right signals.